Hello and welcome. My name is Tom Shima, and today is Monday, July 13th. I'm going to continue to play the game Persona 3 Reload as a part of my Persona A Day series. That's why I've been playing the game one in-game day at a time, as it lines up with the real calendar. I'm going to start off by going over what happened yesterday, to make sure we're all caught up for today. And from there we'll move into today's gameplay and see what happens, and after that we'll come back here to the desk and talk about it some. I'll have timestamps in the description in case you want to jump ahead to a different section. And please be aware, since this is a full playthrough of the game, we will be encountering spoilers. Okay, so let's start off, like I said, by going over what happened yesterday on Sunday, July 12th. Kind of to talk about the 12th, we have a quick reminder of what happened at the end of Saturday. We had that big meeting up in the command room with Chairman Akutsuki and the entire members of SEAS, where all sorts of new information came to light about just what happened 10 years ago. There was that explosion that had been rumored about that we'd heard about. Well, it turns out that was connected to the Kirijo Group, who'd been collecting shadows. That explosion was the cause of some incident, and those shadows escaped and became 12 strong shadows that dispersed somewhere. At the same time, it was revealed that Mitsuru knew about all these things, so Yukari was somewhat distrustful of why information wasn't shared. There was just a whole lot of friction between the team coming off of Saturday. I don't want to get too back deep into it because we would be here for a while going over that whole thing again, but needless to say, it did kind of change the way we are approaching things going forward, because the big takeaway from the meeting after all of that was Chairman Akutsuki's research has shown evidence that once we can defeat the remaining 6 shadows, that should bring an end to the Dark Hour. Which means no more Tartarus, no more threat from the shadows, no more personas, but it would be the end to all of the problems that we've been using our powers to fight against. So it gave all of us a lot to think about, both as the long-term goals as well as our motivations for being here and how we really want to proceed after all that information. So that's what led us into Sunday, because before my day even started, we were treated to a variety of cutscenes from everyone in the party, in various ways they're addressing what happened Saturday night. We started off with Akihiko back behind Port Island Station talking to Shinjiro Aragaki. He'd met up with him specifically to talk to him about the revelations from the meeting, and said that, hey, we found a way to put an end to the Dark Hour, to stop the shadows and to end Tartarus. As cool as Aragaki normally is, he kind of looked and said, really? He didn't seem to really believe it, but he also didn't seem overly elated. He still kept his energy in check there, but yeah, Akihiko said, yeah, I just wanted to let you know. But he also kind of got, I don't want to say nostalgic, but he was reminiscing about the past, and he was kind of questioning himself and wondering what his real motivations are to continue the fight. Yukari had kind of said that you're only here to fight the strong shadows and get stronger yourself. That seemed to really, cut deep when she'd said that on Saturday, and so I think that was kind of why he wanted to talk something out with his friend there and just kind of put things into perspective for himself. So that's what they were talking about in the morning. At the same time, in Fuuka's room, she was doing some research on her computer, and Mitsuru knocked. And she came in and said that she appreciates, basically, Fuuka's skill in researching things, and everything that she was able to discover from the incident from 10 years ago. And rather than ask her to stop, or to admonish her for all that, she actually asked Fuuka to continue. She said, I will provide you access to the Kirijo Group database, because I want to know everything that there is to know about what happened 10 years ago. I don't want you to stop. I want to know more. So it really felt like even Mitsuru, despite being part of the Kirijo Group and having some sort of background with the development of our equipment and shadows and the persona abilities, even she is in the dark on a lot of information. So she wants Fuuka to help her out and to dig deeper. And for Fuuka's part, she readily agreed. She said, yeah, I will do that. I'm happy to do that. She didn't question it. She didn't have to think about it. And Mitsuru was a little bit surprised and also thankful, but said, are you sure? I'm asking a lot of you. And because of everything that had gone down Saturday night and all the thoughts that everything that were being used and facts are being hidden, I'm sure it was tough for Mitsuru to ask for more assistance there. But Fuuka said, this is something I'm good at, this is my ability, this is my part of the team, so I'm happy to do it because it's something I can do and I know it's worthwhile to do. So that was very cool to see Fuuka's continued motivation there. And Mitsuru's also genuine appreciation. It wasn't one of those, just I'm glad you agree. It was like, it was a very clear thank you. Only you can do this. And she realizes that and means it. So that was a great scene between the two of them. Next on our list was Junpei. He was over by the screenshot movie theater, just kind of sitting talking to himself. And his debate was, when we end the dark hour, we also end the ability to access our personas. And he said to himself, I want that, don't I? I'm supposed to want that. That's our mission, to beat the shadows. But he wasn't sure if that's what he actually wants going forward, because he sees so much of himself in his persona and what he can use it for. And it's not like a power trip, but it is just kind of that ability, the hero idea that it gives him access to. He'd kind of gotten to the point where he wondered if losing that would lose his real identity, since all he feels like he's good at is fighting. But he was also very introspective at that time and was thinking about all the problems he feels like he's facing with the people around him. He's got issues with the leadership of the battle sides of things, and rather than wallow in that and say, it's not fair, it's everybody's problem but my own, he actually took that very mature approach and looked at himself and came to that realization by himself that the problem is me. As much as I don't like it, as much as stuff's going on around me that I don't like, I'm the one that's got the problem with it. And so that was that huge feeling of growth where he was able to kind of take that step back and look inside and not just continue to look out at everybody else at things that aren't fair. So he made some huge progress there. And I was encouraged to see that from him. But he still has those doubts and that wonder of, should we really be doing this? Is it worth giving up my persona to end the threat of the shadows? So he was still unsure about that. From there, we also got to see Yukari then. She was up in her room, and she was reading a letter that she'd received from her dad. He had sent it 10 years ago, and it was placed in a time capsule, and so she just received it this past spring. And it talked about all the things a proud parent was talking about. He had hopes for her future. He hopes she grows up successful and happy, and that she continues to have the dreams and the wonder of the world, basically. And it also revealed that he'd been busy, and that he hadn't been home to see them, so he missed his wife and daughter, but he'd been made a head researcher by the Kirijo Group for a special project they were working on. Everything we heard Saturday, again, with the past, we don't have specifics based on this letter, but there's a lot of those inferences we can make about 10 years ago, because we know that's when the incident occurred. But that also kind of left Yukari questioning her priorities on things. It seems like there's some level of the past that she obviously has some sort of direct connection to, but she's seeking information about that in some capacity that we still don't have all the details on. But she was wondering about that, and it's like, this whole shadow thing, is that my priority, or is there something else that's taking my focus? And what should I be doing? I wonder how much of what she said last night Saturday night was also going through her head, because she said a lot of things very directly to Mitsuru specifically, but to Akihiko and Chairman Akutsuki to a lesser extent. And I don't think she really regrets those, but at the same time, maybe there are some things she took a little further than she'd intended, so it was really hard to say. But she was really focused on all of that yesterday morning. So it was really interesting to get that whole take on the entire team and just see how they're handling it, whether it was in isolation or talking to someone else. And the similar theme of everybody kind of wondering about, what's the next step? What's my motivation? What am I fighting for? What's going to happen? So from there, that's where my actual day started. I didn't seem to be quite as contemplative or reflective, since I got out of bed and went right to watch Tanaka's Amazing Commodities. He was selling some Max safety shoes, which I obviously had to buy because A, that was a request from Elizabeth, but B, they just sounded like a good, affordable piece of equipment. So I placed that order. And then I headed out to do my daily walk around town. Saw the various sites, but the biggest highlight was going to feed the weak cat again. That was one of Elizabeth's requests, and it's been a lot of fun to interact with the weak cat every day, but yesterday was different and good. I'll preface it there. It was good because when I fed the weak cat yesterday, it had, the life returned to its eyes. It seemed bigger, it seemed healthier, it seemed more energetic, and it didn't look tired or hungry anymore. The game even said, it looks like the weak cat has regained its energy and you won't need to feed it anymore. I talked to it again, and it's no longer the weak cat. It's the energetic cat. So that was like one of those huge turning points. I remember commenting after that and thinking, wow, the weak cat was able to grow and change. I wonder if I can use that same motivation myself. But, that, as much as I've interacted with the weak cat this playthrough, and kind of like I've been saying, making that an unofficial mascot, just to see it become the energetic cat now, that felt really huge specifically for this playthrough. So I would feel bad if I didn't mention that again this morning. And with the rest of the daytime, I decided to, like most of my Sundays, enjoy some online gaming with Maya in Innocent Sin Online. We logged in, we did what we did, whatever gaming happened. It wasn't enough to advance the social link to a new rank, but we did get a bit closer. So that was a lot of fun. And after that, I promised myself I was going to do something academic focused because we have exams starting on Tuesday, tomorrow now. So after that, I headed out and I made my way to Wakatsu Kitchen. It was 2 nights in a row of that, but that seemed like the best thing I could do academically. They had a different meal. I had the Prodigy platter the night prior, so they had the weekend special full fish platter set thing that was really good. So I had that, and I like to say, I like to say I reviewed whatever materials I took with me, be it like little flashcards or trivia or something, in addition to the rich omega-3s that the fish provides. But the coolest thing happened as I was eating. After the meal, I got those couple points of academics, and I saw that circle turn yellow. That was the indicator that we'd moved up from rank 3 to rank 4 in academics. I've gone from above average to smart. And that was just so impactful with exams right around the corner. It felt like I was kind of feeling behind in my academic preparation. I'd done some studying with a couple study groups, but I'd really been prioritizing social links a lot more recently, kind of at the expense of my academics. So to try to kind of get back on track at the last second there, I wasn't sure if it was really going to be enough with the short time, but seeing that growth in my academics yesterday just felt so rewarding and so motivating going forward. So I went back to the dorm with a spring in my step to get ready for bed, to get to sleep and rest up for the start of this week. And I figured that was going to be the end of it, but we had one more scene during the dark hour. Pharos appeared, and in his nice, calm way, said it was good to see me again, and kind of commented on wondering how long it's been since we've known each other. And he asked me what it's like to be a Persona user. And we talked about you and I talked about, it's been really fulfilling. I've got to see and do things and meet people, and it's just been fulfilling. And he was happy to hear that. And he said, the other thing I wanted to say is we were talking about how the end is coming, and I remembered something more about that. He says, this end stems from something that took place in the past, something that happened 10 years ago specifically, and he wanted me to keep that in mind. So in his kind of cryptic usual way, there wasn't any more detail on top of that, just a little bit more to what we know. The end is coming, but it stems from something that happened 10 years ago. With that, he said he was going to always be there for me, and I was committed to being there for him as well. He said no matter what, he wasn't going to leave. So I was happy to hear that, and we just got that little bit closer. I trust him, he trusts me, and so we took the Death social link rank up to 3. It was, again, nice to see him, get closer to him, and keep those lines of talking open. With that, though, I was able to get back to sleep to rest up and come into today hopefully feeling good and making the most of this last day before tomorrow's exams begin. So I will get us over to the game, we'll see what happens, and we'll get right into Monday the 13th. We'll be right there. Okay, this is actually where things left off last night during the dark hour. This is where we had ranked up to rank 3 in the Death social link with Pharos.
Good night.
Kind of odd starting the day with a good night there, but that was how yesterday ended, so. From there, we can move on in and catch up to today's calendar. You can see it's now Monday the 13th. I can hear people talking.
Wow.
We have exams starting tomorrow, and they're cumulative, so it's hard to remember everything. I hadn't even thought about that. Here I was in my head just thinking, okay, yeah, we had those exams back in May, so this will cover everything from June and July. That won't be that bad, but cumulative exams, I mean, it makes sense hearing it now, and I don't know why it didn't register to me until now, but that suggests that's going to go all the way back from everything, so and we'll see what happens.
You know what?
What if I fail again? I really wish our school would stop posting our names with our scores. Yeah, that would be an interesting practice, and I've been in practices like that, so yeah, I can definitely see both sides of that.
Yep.
Right? It's embarrassing if we're near the bottom of the list. Smart people like Kirijo-senpai wouldn't get it, though. The first bell has rung. I was going to ask you, I was going to be surprised if we didn't have anything during classes today.
Attention, please.
Miss Terauchi. Exams are starting tomorrow. Are you all ready? I'm close. Does anybody ever really feel ready for exams? Maybe you do. I was always kind of one of those that no matter how close it was, there were always things I felt like I could have prepared more. It's like, I should have reviewed this, or what about that? Summer vacation is within reach, so you better study hard. Why aren't you excited? You know, summer vacation, beaches, shaved ice, woohoo! It's also the hottest time of the year, though, so don't go overheating, okay? Good advice for all of us. You know, be sure to stay hydrated. I'm going to do so as well. Ah, that reminds me. There's an old expression for the hottest time of the year in the Northern Hemisphere. I'm feeling sleepy. I've said it every time. I'm going to keep saying it. I'm not going to sleep in class, especially the day before exams. I don't feel fully prepared as it is, so sleeping on this last day seems like the worst choice to make. Should I close my eyes? Absolutely not.
Why?
The dog days of summer. It goes all the way back to an ancient Latin phrase, the puppy days. Is that true? That kind of sounds like one of those, bad jokes. Back in the past, the dog days were just the puppy days. Any idea where that phrase comes from? Anyone? Well, it's because Sirius, also called the dog star, appears at the start of summer. People believed it brought droughts and misfortune. Interesting. Here's hoping we can avoid all that, I guess. Have a nice vacation. I like that have a nice vacation line the day before exams start. I force myself to stay awake and listen to the lecture. Alright. It's a little bit more academics, and just to enjoy looking at that again. Smooth, tough, and smart. Very nice social progress. Alright, so class has ended for today. Well, let's get the game saved to start off. So, today is the last day. I really should continue the academic side of things, but ranking up to rank 4 yesterday felt so nice that... I'm obviously not going to hit rank 5 anytime soon. I'm actually surprised I hit rank 4 as fast as I did, because it doesn't seem like that long ago it was rank 3, but I'm not going to argue with progress. But all that to say, I'm probably still looking at potentially social links today. It kind of flies in the face of getting ready for exams tomorrow, but maybe tonight. Maybe tonight will be another Wakatsu kitchen trip or something academic focused. That being the case, though, Monday, with all the other club activities not running for exam preparation, it'll probably still be the group of Suimitsu and the elderly couple and maybe Maiko. I don't know if she's available. Actually, the elderly couple, Bookworms, is closed on Mondays, I believe. Well, our options might be kind of limited today then as far as social links go. Let's check my messages first. That'll kind of inform me a little bit. Okay, there's Maiko. Take care. I want to see you one last time. Come to the shrine. I'm leaving my phone behind, so I won't pick up. Okay, I think we know where we're going today. It's going to take a lot to pull me in a different direction, considering what I just read there. Wild Duck Burger, you don't have a chance here. We have a new burger. Have you tried our new burger with unknown ingredients? Plus, now our fries are extra salty. We await your visit, Wild Ducklings. Secret recipes? Mysterious ingredients? Do you have the guts to go Wild Duck? There is a sale at Officer Kurosawa's. We've got something for you today. Consider restitution for you and the others for working diligently every day. Kurosawa. I'm not sure he's got anything new to sell me, but I'll still stop in and see. But seeing all that, I really think I'm going to spend time with Maiko today. That could be the Hanged Man social link. I've got Orthrus there. So that will be nice to not have to fuse or pick up any new persona. There's Junpei. I'm gonna, like I said the other day, I'm gonna keep the lines of communication open. He hasn't really been the happiest to see me recently, but I don't want to ignore him for all that.
What?
Oh man, how am I supposed to study for exams at a time like this? This sucks. There's no way I can get a good score. You can do this, Junpei. Some portion of success is your attitude about it. Preparation is a huge part of it too, but with time limited as it is, we gotta make it through with attitude as well. You can do this. Okay, let's take a walk through the school on the way out and just make sure, because I can see some people to talk to. Is this the Mitsuru superfan? It is. This will be called the Pretend Like I Was Just Walking Here, or the Pretend I Was Just Walking, and when Kirijo Senpai comes out, I'll get close to her strategy. Alright. I wonder what that strategy involves. That's my plan, but I'm all nervous now. I know I'm overthinking this. Good luck, Mitsuru superfan. I believe in you. I can't go up those stairs to stop at the roof, but I can go this way. Oh. I would have missed our stylish student as well. Your parent, or my parents, my parents get on my nerves with all that "you better study" crap. I want to go out for summer vacation, but I don't know if they'll let me. This sucks. I was like, nobody's up here today, but the lazy student's still up here. Looking good, lazy student. You got this. I'm assuming talking to me would be a hassle, so I'm not going to bother him with it. Anybody out here in the courtyard that's got anything new to say? Persimmon tree still standing? Good, good, good. All right. Not a whole lot new to see in this area. Nope. All right. I think that covers the school. Oh, how about Iwatodai Station Strip Mall? I've kind of been saving that for the evening visits recently. Did I even check what everyone else did with their day? I don't think I did, now that I say that. I've been trying to get better about talking it out with you guys first, so I don't want that to happen at the expense of seeing what everyone else did, so let's stop here and take a look. Maiko and Suimitsu were the social links. Daily life was everything else. Yeah, but I guess I didn't really need to check everyone else's plans because I'm so set on going and spending time with Maiko today that that's what my plan is going to be. Oh, is the rumor-loving girl with a new rumor, maybe? If you drink a whole bowl of Hagakure ramen and see the word win at the bottom. Oh, if you drink a whole bowl of Hagakure's soup, you can see the word win at the bottom. Oh, now I butchered that sentence so bad the first time. If you trace those letters with your chopsticks, I hear it makes you stronger in fights. That would be one of those interesting things. Like, now that I've got that information, it obviously seems like there's nothing behind it, but the next time I'm at Hagakure Ramen, will that cross my mind? Will I, by choice or just by happenstance, trace those characters and see what happens? If it were me, I probably would, actually. I would think about that and say, oh yeah, that's what she said. Maybe I should do it while I'm here. Speaking of while I'm here, let's stop in here. All sold out still. We'll just enjoy their air conditioning for a second before carrying on. Nobody to talk to over here, so I'll just take the train over and we'll head down to Port Island Station. I wasn't even really planning starting at Naganaki Shrine that way, or, I was gonna say, starting up there, I'll end up at Naganaki Shrine if I keep this path going, which works because that's where Maiko is. I'm not going to the theater today, I was gonna run by it, but let's stop in and see the name of the movie playing. The Way of the Godson. Alright. I just realized, it was talking about, it provides courage. I leveled up to Smart yesterday, so I kind of hit that next milestone of academics I was working on. That kind of actually does make me think that courage is the next direction I want to go, because I need to be more courageous to spend time with Fuuka after school. It would be nice to be able to do that, so yeah, that might be a direction I look at from here forward. after exams. I mean, today is still going to be academics if I have the choice. Even though I'm not going to level up to a new rank, doing something academic the day before exams just seems like the thing to do. There's Timid Cat. I fed the weak cat these last few days, and yesterday I fed it enough that it became the energetic cat. And it said it wasn't going to need me to feed it anymore because it had energy to survive and thrive on its own now, which I was glad for, but now it's not here. That actually does kind of feel like a bummer. I mean, you know, I'm glad it's succeeding on its own, but it's kind of I'm gonna miss my friend the weak cat. I'm still gonna say Mew every time we come through here. So delinquents, Mew. I hope he's doing. I hope the cat's doing well wherever it is. But I guess we'll put that behind me. It's off to Polonia Mall now. Oh, the cheerful old man. Yeah. I heard there's some scary shenanigans going on over those inner tubes these days. How about that? I'm pretty in the know for an old guy, huh? Yeah. Keeping his ear to the ground. Using a unique version of the dialogue, but various games in the arcade. I don't know. I'm still thinking about the energetic cat. Oh man, I missed that cat already. It's been one day, but it wasn't my pet. It's got its own life, just like everybody else here. So it's doing its own thing, and I can't regret that. High School of Youth is here. I've got those 2 unused cans of cat food. I guess I can keep those as memories of the weak cat. But pharmacist, thank you for everything you provide. I'm not here to shop today, but just here to thank you.
Done already?
I am.
Thanks.
We'll stop in here and see. I don't expect that Officer Kurosawa has anything new to sell, but I'd rather check and make sure than to miss something new while it's on sale. So, Officer Kurosawa, thank you for providing everything you do. The team appreciates it, and I appreciate it.
Prices are a bit lower today. Take a look. What are you looking for?
Nope, looks like everything's the same as it's been. So, I appreciate the offer of a sale, but I think for this week I will pass.
You finished?
I am.
Be seeing you.
And I should be current with all of Elizabeth's requests.
Marvelous.
It's as if your presence emanates a far brighter radiance than before. Perhaps all your hard work is starting to show. Here, it may not be much, but this is my gift to you. Please accept it. A Twilight Fragment. Okay. Thank you.
Looking forward to it.
I still cannot foresee the limits of your potential. I look forward to witnessing you grow even further.
Are you accepting a request?
Nope, apparently not.
Very well then.
And I've already got the persona I need to interact efficiently with Maiko, so just here to say hi to Igor. I can't imagine the team and I are going to Tartarus tonight, so this is going to be the chance to see him for the day. I mean, I could stop in the evening, but...
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Igor, Elizabeth, I hope the week is treating you well. Thank you, as always, for everything. I'm still concerned about how the team's going to address things going forward, but I'll continue to count on the both of you to help me out if you're able. So thank you in advance, and I will see you when I do.
We look forward to your next visit.
Actually saying that might be our last visit for a while because exams start tomorrow. If they're anything like before, they will be the sole focus of our day. But I believe that's everything the mall has to offer. So Mitsuru. Hey buddy, how you doing? Gourmet King. Majesty, you're looking well. So we've been everywhere else. Let's stop by Naganaki Shrine. Catch our breath a bit, and then get into whatever Maiko's scene has for us today. So let's ignore the hustle of things and enjoy the calm atmosphere of the evening air here. Everybody feeling good, nice and relaxed. You stop and get that drink. Okay, let's carry on with the rest of the afternoon then. Here is Maiko. I'd kind of talked again about the story the other day when we came here to play and we ended up just playing. But, not much has changed since then, and since I've talked about it so recently, you're probably already fully aware, but she's been talking about running away to try to get her parents to work together to prove that they still care about her. She's been trying to prepare what she needs, and I've been trying to talk her out of it as best I can, but she seems committed to it. Based on her text today, I think that's still the case, so we will approach that in hopefully the best possible way. The game's summary of what happened last was Maiko is tired of her parents fighting and has started talking about running away. She seems to want her parents to look for her and reconnect. A tough situation to find herself in. As her friend and part of the social link, I'm going to do my best to support her and whatever I can do.
Hi.
Oh, hi. I was waiting for you. Is it okay if we talk? Of course.
Thank you.
Thanks. So,
Thank you for always helping me. But I gotta say bye for now. Yup. I have to run away now.
It's not a laughing matter. It's definitely not a laughing matter, but I like the brave front she's trying to put on. Like she's trying to convince herself here. It's like, yep, I have to do this. There's no other choice. This is all I can do now.
Remember not to tell Mom and Dad, okay? Bye-bye!
Oh, man. There's a lot of promises to secrecy, but I don't think this is one I can keep, Maiko.
Hey, you!
I'm a little concerned that I wasn't even given a choice there, that I just let her walk away. Her commitment aside, it's... Wow. So we've got a man and a woman here. A woman, hey you.
Have you seen a little girl? She's in elementary school.
You just take a second and calm down.
Calm down? What if something happens to her?
Oh, please. This is what happens when you force a child to study non-stop.
Not a lot for me to interject here, so we'll just kind of see this happen, and then we'll talk when it fits a little bit better.
Why are you always like this? Everything has to be my fault.
Oh, that's because it is your fault. This never would have happened if you'd been watching her. Look, we don't have time for this. I think I know who you are. You're the one, right? Maiko's told me about you.
Yes, I am Tom Shima.
She said she played with a high school kid instead of practicing piano.
I see. So she studies a lot, and she's practicing the piano a lot.
What? This is the first I'm hearing of this. What the hell did you do to my daughter?
Okay, that's a fair question. Nothing, but, the woman is extremely agitated. Yeah, totally fair. Missing daughter, yeah, that is the right reaction.
Shut up! Stop jumping to stupid conclusions. I'm sorry about this. We're Maiko's parents. We haven't seen her since this morning. When we checked her room, we found a note that said, "I'm running away."
She's never done anything like this before.
Oh, wow. Sorry, you're just, kind of, digesting those a little bit before even trying to say anything about them. We should look for her. That's what Maiko wants. She wants her parents to come together and look for her. It's a cruel thing to say, to kind of hold that mirror up to the two of them and say it's probably your fault. Especially since to them I'm a stranger, or mostly a stranger. And just leave her alone? Absolutely not. She wants to run away, just let her go. It's like, no, of course not. And her parents are both agitated. They both are. As much as as her dad's trying to put on a calmer exterior, he seems just as rightfully concerned and worried as her mom. But telling them that it's their fault, I don't think that helps anything, I guess. The big current issue is that Maiko has run away. Whether or not it is their fault, their actions, not just the divorce, but how they handled things and what they did to her after the birthday party, those definitely contributed to this eventuality happening. But saying that now doesn't change or fix anything. So we should look for her.
Right. She might be around here somewhere.
Maiko, why?
Listen, if you have any idea where she is, I'm begging you to tell us.
She never did tell me where she's going, other than that she's running away. But we did go get takoyaki. That was actually the very first thing she wanted from me, too. The very first time we met, she wanted a snack. And I just remembered, hey, I happen to have some of that takoyaki with me, and she gladly took it from me without really asking. And we also went there one afternoon when she wanted a snack, and she had remembered a time when her dad took her there, and she was feeding him the takoyaki, and he burned his mouth, and she thought it was funny or something. And so, that was a good memory, and she was wondering why they still can't have fun like that. So I think, as far as things go, we haven't talked anything about the music store. I think this is just the first time I've heard that she even practices piano. So I'm going to suggest the takoyaki stand.
Takoyaki stand? Oh, that place.
Yeah, Octopia, I think its name was.
Right. Let's try looking.
Maiko!
Good. I hope she doesn't feel like I betrayed her, but I think this is what needs to happen. She can't run away. And we've kind of talked about things recently, too, with the whole thing on Saturday in the team. Communication. And before I even go forward with her, Maiko did try before, and it led to some not good reactions from her parents. But still, it's tough. I guess we'll see how the scene plays out before I try to dissect it anymore.
Dad, and you too? Will
Maiko, are you okay? You're not hurt anywhere?
I'm okay.
Oh, thank goodness. Why would you do such a thing? I was worried sick.
I feel like that was basically the question Maiko was asking. I was asking herself, but asking everybody back when her parents talked about getting a divorce. Why would you do such a thing? I was worried sick. She didn't understand why this was happening, or she was worried it was her fault. So it's not fair to throw worry back at somebody else like that and say, see, that's how I felt. But that's kind of how it feels right now. It's like, look at those parallels.
Do you think that's funny, giving me a heart attack like that?
This was definitely not any sort of joke or anything like that from Maiko.
Hey, that's enough.
You made me worry too. I was so scared.
All right. Yeah. This is good. This is that communication that needs to happen.
You said you were getting a divorce, and I didn't know what to do.
Exactly. She had no idea. And when she tried to ask, bad things happen. So, yeah, what is a kid supposed to do at that point?
I don't want you to get divorced.
Oh, so that's what this is all about. We're really sorry, Maiko. Why don't we go home and talk about it?
Okay. That sounds like what should have happened a while ago. But I'm glad it's happening now. And I hope they all take it seriously and air everything that they have to say in whatever way needs to be said.
It's awful we pulled you into this. I'm not sure what else to say.
Oh, I mean, if he's talking to me, I don't mind. I'm here for Maiko. Those are things he should kind of be saying to his daughter. The problems are between my wife and I, and I'm sorry you had to suffer for it. I'm just happy things have played out the way they have so far, considering all the build-up to this threat of running away.
Hey, I told you to keep it a secret.
I didn't. Yeah, you did. I didn't say where you were, but I did kind of suggest we look here. But we looked here. We were looking. Your parents came together. But I technically did break my promise, so I am sorry.
But thank you.
I'm glad. Maiko seems relieved to see that her parents care about her. Yeah, I think we all are, aren't we? I feel like we're growing closer. So that is rank 7 with the girl at the shrine, Maiko, and the Hanged Man Arcana. I'm really glad the way things worked out today. Seeing that text and knowing what we knew leading up to this about her plans to run away and seeing her going through with it. I'm glad her parents showed up. I'm glad we found Maiko safe in short order. And that they're going to go home and talk about things as a family and really try to figure this all out. So there aren't any more questions or assumptions or what have you. It still doesn't fix everything. And I mean, it's a good step, though. This is a step that hasn't happened yet that needs to happen, and I'm glad it's happening now. So this really feels like such a pivotal day for this storyline. And I'm really happy it resolved the way it did.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. We'll play again. I promise. Maiko went home with her parents, so I decided to go back to the dorm. All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'd actually kind of forgotten about exams, as busy as all that was. Oh.
Welcome back.
Well, this is different. This is about the atmosphere it felt like things left off on Saturday, though, amongst the team.
What's wrong? You all hungry or something?
Not really.
An awkward silence fills the room. It sure does.
It's almost summer break.
It is, yeah.
Oh yeah, it is, huh?
Does anyone have any plans?
I really like how Fuuka is trying to take the lead here and pull everybody out of their whatever they're going through. Yeah, as reserved as she normally seems to be, for her to take that active role here and try to just get the lines of communication open again.
I wish I could go to the beach. Hot sand, cool breeze, babes in bikinis. Man, a break like that sure would be nice.
Yeah, it does sound nice, doesn't it?
Somewhere in the south, where the water is crystal clear. But starting tomorrow, we gotta get through our exams. Oh man, this sucks.
I'm seeing a lot of parallels between myself and Junpei, because I was thinking about that too, and then when he said exams, like, again, I just talked about it before we got back here, but even in that short amount of time, I'd forgotten again. It's like, oh yeah, it isn't summer break yet. We do still have to do those pesky little things called exams. That does suck. You might not want to hear it from me right now, Junpei, but I hear you.
I'm sure you'll be fine. But it would be nice to go somewhere with beautiful beaches, like Okinawa.
Well, it's not Okinawa, but how about Yakushima?
Chairman?
Mr. Chairman, I didn't realize you were here.
He wasn't. He just came in the front door.
I happen to be in the area, so I thought I'd drop by and tell you my schedule for next week. Oh, Kirijo-kun, your father will be vacationing in Yakushima during the break.
He will?
You'll all have some time off after exams, right? Why don't you go and get a nice change of scenery?
Oh?
Seriously? We're gonna go on a trip?
I love it. The music kicks back in. Junpei's energy comes back.
Yes! Beaches and bikinis! Beaches and bikinis!
Beaches and bikinis? This guy.
How about it, Kirijo-kun?
Well, my father is a busy man. I don't want to ruin his vacation.
Interesting bit of reservation from Mitsuru here.
Why so hesitant? No father would be upset with a daughter who came all that way to see him. You've all done a great job. You deserve to relax for a while. And we already know when the next operation will be, so I think it'll be fine.
That's an interesting point. I mean, yeah, if we're going to take a break, we've got basically 3 weeks until the next full moon, so is there a better time? We can't advance any further in Tartarus right now. We still have to get through those exams, though. I'm going to try not to let that slip away a third or fourth time, however many times it's been.
I don't know.
Senpai, I'm begging ya!
It does sound like an interesting opportunity. Especially if the whole team were to go. Maybe this would be our chance to try to work past some of the stuff that's going on between all of us.
All right.
Yeah?
I guess everyone needs a break now and then. Let's do it.
Yeah, she said yes.
The beach, huh? I should design a special training regimen.
Totally Akihiko, yep. Maybe some sort of like, Rocky 3 training montage down the beach.
Oh man, I can't wait!
Yeah, that frames exams in a different light now. Doesn't change the fact that we have to get through them, but there's that goal at the end of it now.
Oh, I need to go buy a swimsuit.
Hey, don't worry. I got one you can borrow.
Oh, wow. Okay. I won't question that, Junpei.
Nice try.
Are you going to swim too, Mr. Chairman?
Ooh.
I'm afraid I can't. I'll turn to dust if I'm exposed to sunlight.
That's an interesting description. He does kind of have that that creature vibe of, oh, yeah, sunlight, ah.
Wait, seriously?
Ah, Junpei.
Don't be stupid.
Interesting reaction from Yukari.
Kirijo-senpai, wait up!
All right, let's see how this plays out. We remember what happened a couple nights ago.
I just wanted to say sorry about the other day.
Okay. I was hoping that was where she was going to go, considering the scene we saw yesterday morning before the day really got going, and she was questioning things. And like I'd said in today's summary of what happened, it did kind of feel like maybe there were some things that she had said that she might not have said in the way she wanted to. So I'm glad she has this chance to, as I've been saying recently a lot, keeping these lines of communication open between the two of them.
I might have gotten a little carried away.
Don't worry about it.
And I'm glad Mitsuru was able to take it and further de-escalate things between the two of them.
In a way, it's only logical that we go to Yakushima.
Is it?
The chairman said that no one who was responsible for the accident survived, but there is one who did.
Oh?
What? There is?
My father.
Interesting. Well, this feels even more pivotal for the whole team then.
I had no idea.
I've said it before, but Tanaka's Amazing Commodities, they have amazing shipping. It was yesterday morning I ordered these shoes. The product I ordered through the shopping program on TV has arrived. Let's see what's inside. The Max Safety shoes and 2 instant curries. All right. Oh, studying with Chairman Akutsuki. Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a great thing to do tonight. It's the final day before exams. I still am going to stop upstairs and see maybe there's some team members around that want to talk about something. Yeah, there's Junpei. I'm going to stop in my room first, too. I can check my messages and kind of come up with a game plan, but right now I'm thinking doing some studying tonight seems like the best thing to do before tomorrow. Just a variety of ads in here. Limited set meal today. Today we're serving up our special limited dish, only for our regulars. A full-course seafood set meal available at a reasonable price. We hope you'll all try it. Remember, a healthy brain stems from healthy food. Wakatsu's got your back. Game Parade newsletter. Come play our popular crane game and try to win a prize. Then stick around and hop into one of our many immersive video games. There's great fun to be had, whether you're alone or with friends. We can't wait to see you. In Chagall Cafe. It's Monday, so of course, part-time positions. We hope everyone is having a great day. Chagall is looking for someone to work at the cafe today. Students may apply, no experience required. This is a paid position, and perks include free pheromone coffee. We look forward to meeting you. Alright, I don't see myself doing any of those things, but nice to know they're out there. What did everyone do with their night? All daily life, looks like no social links were available and no Tartarus, so yeah, study group sounds like a great way to go. I'm going to still talk to some people, and I'm going to stop by and see Elizabeth again and just kind of mention the completion of that request. I have to try to remember to equip those shoes then too. I could do that now, but I'm not sure if that's one of those items she wants to keep or if that's one of those things I get to keep. So, like when I've had to find swords before, I've been able to keep those. So I'd like to believe that I can keep these, but I don't want to get attached to them and have them taken. Junpei, you eat the best looking food. I have to always give you credit for that. It always looks appetizing. How are you doing? I'm so stoked for Yakushima. But that's one thing. You're as calm as ever, huh? I wish I had your chill. I'm glad we're talking again. He isn't just telling me to go away. I'm headed up here because I'm seeing if there's anybody else around. We'll stop at the command room as well. I got some tomatoes I can take a look at while I'm up here. Yep, 7:16. Probably right in the middle of exams, so it might not be until closer to the weekend I can actually harvest them. I'll step in here and just see if all I'm thinking about is the tomatoes up on the roof that I just took a look at. Yep. That's good. There's nothing else pressing on my mind. Other than, those exams that start in, at this point, probably just a handful of hours now. Kind of nice to just be able to take this walk through the building as well and just really feel like it's more my place than just a place. Ever since we had that tour and gained access to different aspects of it, it really has felt more like a home for all of us. But to not feel like I'm out of place by going through these different floors and rooms now, it's kind of that nice feeling. So yeah, I'm going to make my way back to talk to the chairman for some studying here after we see some other sites. Let's see what's on TV. Sign is Cancer, then your lucky color is green. For extra luck, try wearing your shoes on the wrong feet. Alright, you heard it. Anybody out there? That's your star sign. Green and shoes on the wrong feet. Akihiko.
Nice one.
I gotta say, I didn't expect Akutsuki-san to come bearing good news. I figured he was just here to share more of his lame jokes. He does seem to have an enjoyment in his jokes. But yeah, I'm glad he came with the information he did as well. And I'm really glad that, unlike Saturday, things have kind of taken a more positive turn after the slight downturn of things the other day. I'm thinking first and foremost about these shoes, first showing them to Elizabeth and then hopefully equipping them. So that's why I'm headed this way first, but then I think we'll head back to Club Escapade, see what's going on there, and from there we'll end up back home to study.
Good day.
I'd like to actually report a request.
Here are my requests.
These are those max safety shoes you wanted.
Let's hear the results.
It seems you've completed a request. One moment, please, while I check. So, these are the sought-after max safety shoes. They seem like an ordinary pair of shoes.
A shame.
Perhaps their intended purpose will only reveal itself in a crisis. In that case, I'll be returning these. I'm sure they shall prove more useful to you. Please take this as your reward. 3 Twilight Fragments. All right. New pair of shoes and some Twilight Fragments. Oh. I didn't think I had anything else to report, but apparently I do. Bring me a mysterious person's autograph. Get an autograph from President Tanaka of Tanaka's Amazing Commodities. Yeah, say, wouldn't you know, I just happen to have one of those.
Most excellent.
Oh.
Now, let's hear your
It seems you've already completed this request. One moment, please, while I check.
Oh my.
It says here, Tanaka's Amazing Commodities. Ah, it must be the prominent figure's autograph. I must say, he has very beautiful penmanship. He must be as powerful as the rumors say. The man who rambles along to a unique melody.
Marvelous.
Oh, I see that you're acquainted with a new bond in addition to the autograph. That is very good news indeed. Please take this as your reward. Alright, a Nile Blade. Alright, wow. That completed a couple requests. I didn't expect that, but it's narrowed our list down to have everything on one screen here now. Very nice. Request 44 here might, make a bit more sense now, too, considering what we just learned back at the dorm about going to the beach. I'm going to really have to keep my eyes open and try to remember that when we get there. Seems like one of those places that's going to be hard to get back to. It's like, I need to go back to the beach again to get some things. Yeah. Well, I'm going to do my best there. Well, that's all I've got tonight, Elizabeth, so thank you very much.
Very well, then.
So let's head to Club Escapade. Not probably much to see here, but who knows? Nobody stands out. No Mutatsu-san up here. Oh. I can, however, it doesn't have to be while I'm here, but since I'm here, we can enjoy the music, and I'm going to equip those shoes. Some other exclamation marks to kind of clear out here. Crew neck t-shirt, alright. Plus 50 HP. And better evasion, 49. How's that looking for the rest of the team? 44, 440. And Fuuka there, but she doesn't really need evasion like the rest of us, I hope. But looking at what these max safety shoes do, they give me plus 50 HP. I usually like to prioritize those things for someone like Junpei when he uses a lot of those special attacks that consume HP as their resource. The more HP he has, the better he's able to execute his attacks and stay alive in battle. The extra evasion is there. He's got the lowest evasion of anyone in the party right now, so I think they make the most sense to go to him. Extremely durable shoes that can even withstand being run over by a tank. I can very much see President Tanaka and Tanaka's Amazing Commodities demonstrating something like that for the program as well. They're so tough they can be run over by a tank. But here you go, Junpei. Some max safety shoes. I hear they're popular online. Okay, yeah, I wonder if everybody got summer garb then the other day. Yeah, I did receive a couple of rewards, so we'll just kind of get those exclamation marks off the screen for those that don't like seeing those there. All right. Okay. Well, that was a bit of a diversion for the evening, but it was a nice thing to catch up on. Now it won't be one of those things whenever I get back to Tartarus where I've totally forgotten that I've got those shoes. But yeah, let's head back to the dorm from here. This is that final chance, the final bit of preparation for tomorrow's exams. Or for this week's exams. They start tomorrow, but it's not just tomorrow. That's the other side of it too. This is a week-long endeavor, starting tomorrow and going all the way through Saturday. 14th through the... Oh, I see. We've got the Yakushima vacation penciled in on our calendars now from the 20th through the 23rd. That's exciting. Coming right off of exams for that. Very nice. I'm going to save the game here. Let's spend the rest of the evening at this study group with Chairman Akutsuki.
Hello.
About Yakushima. Remember that you won't be able to go if you don't score well on your exams. Since everyone is here, why don't we have the third years overlook your studies? If that doesn't put them off, I don't want to take this last day of exams and make them teach me rather than reviewing for themselves, but if they don't mind, I'm happy to have that help.
Goodbye.
Alright, I'll let the other second years know too. With a ferry trip to Yakushima on the line, I hope you perform very well on your exams. Chairman. This will be really cool too if all the second years join and if we can all come together for a study session. It really feels like after the last couple nights of nobody wanting to do anything with anybody else, this is kind of that turning point back to some level of normalcy. Yeah.
I'm fine helping out with studying, but wouldn't it be easier to focus without the distraction?
Distraction?
They say studying with others grants benefits that can't be found alone.
Okay.
Hey, so if we flunk the exams, are we really gonna have to stay behind? Tell me that's a joke.
It's no joke. As students, studying is our top priority. Failure will result in consequences.
Consequences, yep. That was the theme of the playthrough from night one. And Mitsuru has been very committed to this the entire way through. She said plenty of times that we are students first and we are going to be held to that standard. Even with the exploration of Tartarus and Shadows, she said that we still have to be students first and foremost. So credit to her for still sticking to that.
Well, I'm not too worried about that. Not naming names here, but don't get in the way, Junpei.
What happened to not naming names?
Yeah, that was a name right off the bat.
I guess if the fate of my trip depends on it, I don't really have a choice.
Necessity is the best motivator, right?
I'll show you. I'll prove just how serious I am about Yakushima.
You got this, Junpei. Nobody says anything. We all just go back to our work like he said nothing. My hand stopped as I hit a tough question.
What's the matter? Something you need help with?
Yeah, if you don't mind. Yeah. I think I've gotten more math questions wrong than anything so far, so let's stick with trying to figure that subject out. This math problem.
An arithmetic sequence, huh? Do you remember the formula for calculating its sum? See, if you do this...
A beautiful formula. Really arithmeticals, my fancy. Yeah, that one's pretty good. Let me write that down.
He had that joke's number. I like he's there actually, doing something with us as well. I mean, he's obviously not studying for exams, but he's still doing something that requires focus.
Wisecracks from Junpei are one thing. I didn't account for this.
True, they're on opposing ends of the table. They've got the whole group covered.
Maybe he's trying to test our ability to concentrate? Yeah, I suppose that's not likely.
I appreciate you trying to look on the bright side, Fuuka. Very, very good attempt.
Yakutsuki sounds one up in me. Gotta think of a killer comeback.
Man, once again, that's another parallel between Junpei and I, because I have the same thought. Every time he comes up with a pun, that feels like that's that challenge to me. It's like, oh, I need to keep pace with him, don't I? What can I say?
Stop getting distracted. You need to concentrate on your studies.
You just see Mitsuru get mad like that.
She's right. Gotta focus. Let's keep at it.
You got it. I focused so hard, I couldn't hear anything else. Ooh, look at that. Lots of progress. So it would have been cool to level up to 4 tonight with the whole group, because that would have been extra motivating, but I'm just as happy to have had that happen yesterday and really light that fire under me to keep going. And I'm happy to see this extra progress today, too. Just that one more bit of real solid effort coming into tomorrow in the beginning of exam week.
Are you struggling with memorization?
Usually.
Nothing beats repeating it until you know it by heart.
That can help.
Beats? Heart? Not bad, Kirijo Group.
I've got to watch you, Chairman Akutsuki. That one was over my head until you said something as well.
What? No, that was not my intent with that statement.
She almost seems offended to even be in the same category of the puns with Junpei and Chairman Akutsuki. That was not my intention.
Well, if you're pulling out of the race, then I win, hands down. Kirijo Senpai defeated.
Defeated. Let me give you a hand, Junpei.
This is giving me a headache.
Haha, headache.
Despite the diversions, I'd say that was productive. Keep it up so we can all go to Yakushima together.
That was a lot of fun. And I've said it before, I appreciate the levity that Junpei brings to things. That is one of those things I said yesterday when he was trying to come up with what else he's good at. That is definitely one of his strengths. And it was fun to be able to do this as a group and to have the motivation of next week's vacation on the line now. Okay. We're going to jump out here so I don't end up seeing any exam questions before the exams start. Let's head back to the desk and talk about today. Okay, so here we are. That was the end of Monday, July 13th, and it was such a great day. I was a little apprehensive after Saturday night and the tension between the team and the way everything played out, but from yesterday morning all the way on through, it's really been that nice turn back away from where I was worried things were going and the team fracturing apart and unity dissolving like that. So to see the whole team taking steps throughout the day, yesterday and today, feels so good. And to wrap things up the way we did today, I feel so ready for what comes next. We started out nice and early at school, overhearing students talking about exams. There was that important revelation that these are cumulative exams. I was kind of under the incorrect assumption that they were going to be on materials that happened since the last exams, but that sounds like that might not be the case, so I'm still not going to use any sorts of guides or walkthroughs, but this will be a real genuine test of what I can remember all the way back if it pulls from things since April. Because that was really since April. Today is actually July 13th, so I have an entire 3 or so months of information to try to recall. I hope I can do my best, and I'm going to do my best. That took us into classes for the day. I had the chance to sleep, but I haven't all semester. I wasn't going to start now, especially the day before exams. So I stayed awake and gained some academic progress. And it was good to just make it through that final day. All the reviews, whatever notes we took. Just to do everything we can to finish out and be ready for tomorrow. As ready as one can feel for that. So we wrapped up school from there, and I had a text from Maiko. She decided that today was the day to run away. So it barely mattered what else was on my plate for the afternoon. That was going to be where I was going to go after a few brief stops beforehand. I wanted to check out the sale that Officer Kurosawa was offering. He didn't have any new gear, so that wasn't anything of incident. Stopped in to say hi to Igor and Elizabeth, the pharmacist, all the usual places there, but I'd stopped over at the Port Island station outskirts because I wanted to see the former weak cat, who was now the energetic cat. But a little bit to my dismay, the cat was no longer there. It had moved on to wherever else it wanted to go now. it's healthy, happy, and able to live its life. So I'm happy for it in that sense, but I also miss it because I feel like we were friends. So happy for its progress, but sad for the loss of our interactions. But that was what it was, and it was at least we parted ways on a happy note. I'm still going to go there in hopes that maybe one of these days it will decide to come back, but the memories will be there, and all the muse will continue. But after that, that is where I head back to Naganaki Shrine then to catch up with Maiko. And she greeted me and said that this was the day. She was ready, this was going to be the final time we played together, and she was going to be running away. And in the moment, I was kind of concerned because my character didn't have a choice. He just kind of stood back and let her. That was very much one of those, like, what are you doing? You can't just let her go. She's an elementary school student. But somehow I did. I don't know if that was just extreme trust or what was going on in my head at that point. But either way, eventually, I was still at the playground, and a man and a woman came by. And they were panicked. They were running, and they were looking around. And it was revealed that they were Maiko's parents. They seemed to recognize me as well, not by anything other than the fact that I'm at the place where their daughter normally plays, and she talked about playing with a high schooler named Shima. So they put two and two together, and, are you him? Are you him? I'm like, yeah, that's me. And they revealed that they are looking for Maiko, and they were both obviously very worried for their missing daughter, and they asked me if I had any ideas. It gave me the choice of suggesting either the music store or the takoyaki place. And I'd remembered our time spent at the takoyaki place in the past, and that was one of the first things she'd asked me to bring her when we first established the social link. So that was my suggestion. And thankfully, her parents and I, we headed over there, and there she was, sitting on the bench next to Octopia. And it was just so glad to see her there. She was fine, she seemed happy. And her parents ran over and were just beside themselves, happy that she was safe, and wondering why she did what she did. Her mom was like, well, what were you thinking scaring me like that? Why would you do this? And that was where it was able to have Maiko establish the real dialogue with her parents and say, I was scared. You're talking about getting a divorce. I didn't know what to do. I tried to ask before and it didn't work out, so I felt like I was out of options, basically. There hadn't been a real way to talk about this until today. And Maiko was crying because she was scared and everything, and her parents were just as much, so they were all finally kind of on the same page on that, realizing what was going through her head and what was worrying her, and the fact that they hadn't noticed it before. So they promised to all go home together and have a real heart-to-heart talk with the whole family there. And I was glad. Her parents were happy that I was able to be there to help find her. And she was a little... She mentioned that, I broke my promise by telling her parents, but I figure I helped them look, but I did apologize because she was right. I did promise to keep it a secret, and I didn't, but this had to be done. I don't regret my choice. And she doesn't really feel like she's going to hold it against me either. She seemed happy, and, she gets to go home and actually talk it out with her parents. So that's where they left, and I'm just so glad things came together the way they did. With everything she's been through already, I've really been worried about how her storyline was going to continue. With the threat of her running away, resolving as it did already, I'm just so glad that wasn't one of those long-term things where, she ran away today and it wasn't until next time that we found her again or anything. So I couldn't ask for a better, progress point for the social link right now. From there, I headed back to the dorm, and when I got there, everybody was down in the lounge, just kind of sitting in silence. The game talked about the awkward silence permeating the area, and it definitely was. And Fuuka was trying to kind of get people talking again. And it was just, it was still awkward. They were talking about how great some sort of vacation could be, and that's when Chairman Akutsuki showed up and said, if you're talking about a vacation, what about Yakushima? It just so happens that after exams, Mitsuru, your father's going to be at this location, so we could all go there as a group and take a bit of a well-earned break, a vacation. And that seemed like it instantly changed everybody's mood and mindset on things. The music kicked back in, and everybody was excited then, Junpei especially. But we've got something to look forward to and to work towards now. So that's currently the plan for next week, Tuesday, I think it was. Shortly after exams end anyway. So that is very exciting. There's all the preparation to do to get ready for that. Mitsuru seemed a little apprehensive to see her father, but didn't elaborate on why. I could just kind of pick it up in her tone, but we'll see where that all goes. Spirits were back, a little bit higher amongst the team. They were talking again and making plans. Mitsuru was about to head upstairs when Yukari stopped her, and she apologized for some of the things she had said on Saturday. She said, maybe I've gone too far and crossed the line on a few things, so I want to let you know that I'm sorry. And Mitsuru took it really well and said, I see where you were coming from. Don't think anything of it. I'm not mad. I don't blame you. So it was really nice to see the both of them kind of bury the hatchet a little bit and kind of mend those fences. I'm sure there's still ways to go, but the first step is always it's as important as any other step. So with the whole team feeling a bit better, it was really encouraging to see. I was able to talk to Junpei again, and he wasn't seeming as mad at me, and it was just such a good feeling after the tenseness that was Saturday. I also had those max safety shoes that I'd ordered arrive, so I was able to show those to Elizabeth, complete that request, and she'd also wanted President Tanaka's autograph, which I already had, so I completed 2 requests tonight. And I made my way back to the dorm because there was an entire group-wide study session. Everybody, the third years, the second years, even Chairman Akutsuki was going to stick around. So it was a lot of fun to kind of culminate everything that's been going on with the whole group coming together for something like this. We're all going to be facing our exam week starting tomorrow, so we've all got to address that as best we can. And this was our chance to just really come together as a team, to help each other out on the problems we were having difficulties with. Junpei and the chairman were both keeping it fun and light with their puns and jokes. Even Mitsuru inadvertently had thrown one out there, but it was just really nice to have everybody able to take that breath and just not feel like they're walking on eggshells and there's not that same apprehension in the air. It seemed like a lot of fun between everybody, very productive. We got a lot of academic progress for it. And it just, I couldn't ask for a better wrap up to getting ready for this week's exams. I still have to actually go through them and do my best on those, but I've put in the work ahead of time, so that's really going to help as best it can getting through these exams this week. Saying all that, that is how Monday, July 13th came to a close. It was an amazing day. I can only hope they all come together just as productively. It's so fun to look back on them at the end of those and feel good about that. But I've been Tom Shima. Thank you so much for joining me today. I always love playing for an audience, so thank you so much for being here. I stream this Persona A Day series live every day at 12:30 Eastern Time, so anytime you want to join me, I would love to have you here. I also upload each day's playthrough to my YouTube channel. I've got a playlist from day 1 all the way up through today. If there's anything you want to catch up on at your own schedule, that's what it's up there for. I hope we all have a great Monday. Hope the week is starting off on a good note. Hope we can accomplish the things we're hoping to get through. And it just sets us up for success throughout the entire week. I've been Tom Shima. Thank you for spending your time with me. I hope I can see you again tomorrow. And until our paths cross again, take care. Thank you very much, and goodbye.